Yeah, so this session is going to be um, a lot less people than a lot of the other sessions because this is really just the students that are assigned to me exclusively to be their counselor. So this shouldn't take a long time. It's just really going to be a space for you guys to get to know me a little bit, for me to get to know you all. One of the things that I'm never going to pressure you guys about, but I'm just going to very strongly encourage is if you are able to, when we do have our group meetings, to use your camera, then please do it. Only because we don't have a lot of time that we get to connect, being that we're online. Um, how, how are you? So because we can't connect physically, which is being in the same space, it'll really add some value for not just yourself, but for those that are in the class also to be able to put a face to the name and get to grow together that way. Um, did anybody have any problems due to the storm last night? Because it was a little crazy where I'm at.
For me, I didn't have any problems, but the day before, when it was like really like storming, um, it was like really loud in that in the area.
Right. Yeah, it was loud. Looks like Anais. What was that? Can you unmute and share with us?
Yeah, my power went out when it started raining yesterday, and it's still out.
Wow. What town do you live in?
I live in Parkside in Camden.
Camden. So wow. So do you know if well, I know that there's some buildings at Rutgers-Camden that actually doesn't have power right now. And they're working on restoring the power, but do you know if it's like all over Camden or just kind of like Parkside over to the north?
I think it's only like Parkside. Some houses on my street have power, and some don't.
Oh wow. Wow. I didn't have power for most of the day, like and even into the night. Like that was like weird because I'm like, I need to get online. Can't get online with, and then my cell phone service got really weak. I couldn't even send text messages and call and speak to anyone because of that. So it was kind of weird. Anybody else out of power, or everybody else pretty good?
Hi, my name is Jessica.
Hey, Jessica.
My power is out too.
Oh no, where you at?
I live in Pennsauken.
Well, are you close to the high school, or are you?
I'm close to Penn Tech.
Tech? Okay, so yeah, so this is like widespread power outages. This is
But it's
bad.
weird because my aunt doesn't live that far away from us, like 2 streets away,
Yeah.
and her power is good.
Wow.
So we're
Did you go
staying at her house right now.
kind of camping out? I'm about to say, yeah, you might as well. Because today's a warm day too, so you don't want to be in the house sweltering. Okay, so I don't want to make this take longer than it should, but I know what time is it? 2:36. Let's give people 2 more minutes. I know there was a few more people that were posed to get on this call, and I don't want anyone to miss anything. So how have you all been feeling about this online platform starting school this way? I know you never imagined it would have been like this.
For me, at first, I was like really like crushed because of course it was my senior year, and I was supposed to go on like a senior trip to like Florida, and I was supposed to like just do all these like senior related activities, and then suddenly it just got like canceled. But from then I just try to focus on my work the best I can and try to like overcome what's been going on and you
Right.
know
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I understand it. Anybody else? The question was, how have you all been feeling with experiencing the start of your college experience being 100% online? What has that been like for you? Don't leave me hanging now. I got the power of the unmute button. All right, Christine, give us what your thoughts, Christine. You're unmuted. You knew I was coming for you, huh?
I'm kind of sad because my cousin said that the EOF was like fun. He goes to the Brunswick and he said like the EOF program was like really fun.
You said you're sad because he said it was fun.
Yeah, he said it was fun.
Well, I mean, you still can have some fun online. It's just so how would you say it's been so far? I know it's been just a lot of webinars and stuff. It should get a little better as we, well, it's not should, it's gonna get better as we get into Raptor 101 and stuff like that. But I can at least say this, you can have an optimistic approach to what this is gonna be like. Have you been to the community workshop that I held? I think I held the first one last Saturday. Were you in on that one?
Last Saturday, I think, yeah.
You think? Was everybody? So there's another workshop happening today. It's the same workshop from last Saturday, and it's about community of EOF, and I hosted. And if you weren't at the one last Saturday, you can, or you should be attending the one today at 4 p.m. Okay, so if you weren't at the one on Saturday, you should be logged in at 4, and it's going to be at the same location. So if you have any questions about that, please let me know. Please let me know. Okay, so we're gonna get things moving because I believe it's 2:40 now. So 10 minutes. Everybody who's gonna come in should have been here by now. So I just kind of want to let you guys know that this is really going to be an amazing journey that we all are on. Essentially, me being your counselor is something that I don't take lightly at all. I don't take it as random. I take it as something that is really important and special. And each one of you have a personal commitment from me to support you all towards your academic, your professional goals. And sometimes there may even be some personal goals that you have that we can collaborate on, but I just want you to know that everything that's important to you is going to be important to me in some kind of a way. Sometimes perspective may be different, right? I'm not always going to agree. I'm not always going to feel the same way about everything, but I will absolutely advocate for whatever it is that you know is best for you and what we know is best for you as the program. And I think that that's something that is very valuable, to have someone that's committed to you. I would love to have someone committed to me. And but each of you have that, and I think that this is something that you guys will be able to use as a catapult as you go through your academic journeys. You know, you guys are coming in as freshmen, and you have at least 4 years to be at Rutgers before you get your degree. And in that span of time, I know that you all will have an amazing story, and I'm excited to be a part of that story for each of you. So one of the biggest things that has to be established before we kind of continue is one word. Does anyone know what that word is? Random. I know it's random pressure. I help you guys out. Communication. How do we communicate? How do we stay in touch? So there is an app that I want each of you to download, and I'm typing it into the chat box right now. It's Voxer, www.voxer.com. Voxer is a walkie-talkie messaging app, and that's the way that we'll stay in touch. And it's not just from me to you, it's also the group. So we'll have a group Voxer that has everyone that's assigned to me as a student, and we'll be able to share information very quickly. You'll be able to get in touch with each other very quickly, and you'll also be able to get in touch with me very quickly. It's a way you can share videos, you can share messages, audio messages or written messages, pictures, and you can even do some memes and stuff like that. What do you call it? GIFs. But yeah, everyone, please download that and add it to your phone arsenal today, because we want to make sure that you all have it as of prior to the start of class. So is there anyone who has any questions about Boxer or have any problems with downloading it? Because it is going to be a required mechanism for us. So I want to make sure that there's no one here who can't do it or has a reason that they can't connect to that. Let me know. Hop on that. Okay, cool. So the next thing is that there's different things that we're going to go over during the semester. One of those things is called the Red Book. The Red Book was created by the assistant director, Randy Ferguson, and it's an amazing tool to be able to assist you all in navigating your first year experience through introspective thought and goal setting. And this Red Book is going to come out to you guys, and it'll be a big part of our conversations that we had, because when the semester begins, and even during the Summer Institute, which is going to start in July, we're going to have one-on-one meetings with each and every one of you. So the one-on-one meetings will be scheduled, and then we'll meet virtually, likely in like this room, like WebEx, and it'll just be me and you. And we'll have different things that we'll speak about regarding your transition to higher ed, regarding how you're doing with the classes, how you're doing with acclimating, and also how you're doing with your goal setting and things like that. So you want to make sure that when you get the book, that you immediately go through it, familiarize yourself with it, and then fill out the sections that start off for the Summer Institute, because that section is going to need to be filled out by the time of our first meeting. All right. Now, because this is like a quiet group, because different groups have different kind of vibes. Since y'all are quiet, I need y'all at least to put a thumbs up or a KKK or something. Well, not KKK, geez. Okay, into the chat box, and let me know that you guys are getting what I'm saying. So this is a check-in section. Let me know with an okay or let's go or something to affirm, or you could just speak. Either way, but I need to hear something from everybody. Kayla, I see you, Kayla. It came up as 4 boxes for me. I don't know what that was. Yes. Okay. Okay. Come on. I see him coming in. Slowly but surely. Okay. Good. All right, awesome. So so as we spoke about earlier, Christine mentioned how she has a friend who's in EOF, and they talked about how fun it is, and kind of disappointed because it's like, hey, how much fun can you really have online? And it is a very different experience. It absolutely is, and I'm not going to diminish the disappointment that we aren't able to be in the same space, because I feel that, right? You guys probably feel it in some way or another as well. But I want you guys to know that like this experience is so collaborative now, where what you guys bring, like if you bring disappointment, it'll always be disappointing. But if you decide that this is going to be amazing, it will absolutely be an awesome, enriching, positive experience. And I'm always going to come to you guys with positivity. And there's a wave of thinking where it says, there's a quote, I should say, that says, if you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. And I think it was Henry Ford who made that quote. And I'm gonna say it again, it's if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right. And essentially what that means is that everything that you do, everything you accomplish, everything that you discover always begins with a thought. And you'll never become, experience, or see something that goes beyond your realm of thinking. So your capacity is always limited by your perspective. So I want you guys to begin to start shaping your own perspective by what you want to see. Like, even though this isn't desirable or designed to have been the way that we engage, if we all make a personal declaration in this moment to decide that this is going to be great, I guarantee you greatness is going to come from that, you know. And it doesn't just work with the Summer Institute, it works with every area of life. So I really just want to make sure you guys are in the best headspace to really be the best that y'all all can be. And that's really, once again, my commitment to each and every one of you. That's pretty much the main gist here. Like I said before, I'm here to support. There are other counselors, Miss Sarah, Miss Caroline, and we all have like a very family approach to this thing where there's some times where you may feel like you want to talk to Miss Sarah, you may feel like you want to talk to Mrs. Caroline. You absolutely have access. Now, when it comes to certain components of the EOF experience, that is going to be streamlined to me as your counselor. But just make sure, once again, that communication is huge. Whatever it is you're feeling, whatever it is you're thinking, that you share it, because there may be a way to assist, to help, that may not be obvious, or that may seem obvious, but actually be a misconception. And I just want to make sure that you guys are always in the best space possible, the best positioning possible to be successful. So I want to open it up to each and every one of you. If there's any questions, any thoughts, any things that came up since you started, or even since this call started, that you kind of want to share, whether it's a comment or a question, and I want to turn it over to each and every one of you guys. So you have the floor.
I have a question.
Sure. That's Jessica?
Yeah.
Hey.
But it's not related to this.
Okay. How far off is it? Now, Jordan, go ahead.
It's about dual credit.
Dual credit. Okay, yeah. We'll talk about that offline, because that's a little more. Yeah, that's a little more personalized.
Okay, and then I have another thing about. So we have personal graduation, and on July 13, I think it is. And then how would that work if we have like something scheduled for like the EOF program?
Okay, so you have a graduation for your high school schedule?
Yes.
For July 13th. What school do you attend?
Pennsauken High School.
Okay, so what I would recommend is draft an email and forward that to me. Is there anyone else who has a graduation that's scheduled during the month of July?
Me too.
I have one too.
Okay. Are you all in Pennsauken or different schools?
I go to a different school.
Okay. So would it happen to be on the same day, or is it a different day?
I think mine's on a different day in July.
Okay. So each one. Okay. So for each of you, as you find out the date, draft an email and send it to me, because there's likely going to be other students who also have these graduations in July. And we want to make sure that it's not a one-off situation when it needs to be a widespread adjustment. So Jessica and anyone else who already has a date, send that over to me. If you know that there is a date but don't know what it is yet, you can also send an email for that, so at least we can have you factored into that plan of what that's going to look like. Okay?
Thank you.
Sure, absolutely.
I have a question. I don't know if it relates to the program, but since you're our counselor, do we schedule our classes together with you, or how does that work? Do we get another counselor?
Right. So you have a academic advisor, and then and this is something that's going to be very new, is that like the counselor relationship here is kind of streamlined towards the EOF program, which is support. So we can always talk about your schedule and what it is that you want to do, but the actual process of scheduling is done through academic advising. And you'll have an academic advisor who will you'll have a meeting with them, and that'll be a part of your to-dos over the Summer Institute, is to schedule a meeting so that way you can have your classes scheduled according to your program that you're in.
Okay.
And that'll be done virtually as well, but you can schedule it virtually so that you can meet with them, whether it's him or her. And the different schools have different advisors, so that'll be how that goes, whether you're in the School of Business or the School of Nursing or Arts and Sciences, however that goes.
Okay.
Great question. Any other questions?
I have a question about the entrance counseling. So how does that work?
Are you talking about with financial aid?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you already meet with a financial aid counselor yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, so what will happen is entrance loan counseling is typically something that you either go through on your own through clicking, or you're asking, or you're doing it alongside one of the financial aid representatives. And what you would do is, if you have questions, did you already start it, or did you just see it and don't really know how to proceed?
I just saw it and I didn't know what to do yet.
Yeah, so when you go into it, you can see it's typically something that you go through on your own, where it kind of just gives you an awareness of what your grants, what your loans look like for the course of your education. Kind of gives you an idea of what it will look like if you got refunds, if you didn't, that kind of a thing, and how much you have access to. So don't hesitate to go into it, move through it, and just follow the prompts. And then once that's done, you should have the information. It's like you sign off saying that you've been made aware of different financial aspects of your financial aid. And if you get stuck really not understanding something, that's when you email the financial aid department so that they can assist you with that. Because let me give you the email. Do you already have the email to the financial aid?
I think, yeah.
I'm gonna pull it up and throw it in the chat also. There it is. So send an email there if you get stuck and need something to be clarified, only because finances, I don't have access to really go into it. And there's certain things that are like privacy oriented that we don't have access
Okay, thank you.
to. Sure, absolutely. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, cool. So this is our introduction. Welcome. Welcome to Rutgers-Camden. Thank you for coming out today. Thank you for giving me a few moments. So just so I have a good idea of who to look out for, who's coming back to the workshop at 4 p.m.?
I am.
Okay. Anybody else? So everybody else was already in one on Saturday?
Yes, I was there.
Huh?
Yes, I was there.
All right, cool. All right. Awesome. All right, guys. So I'm not gonna hold you up any longer. I'll see you all. Make sure you download Boxer. If you have my email address, if you don't have it, here is my email. And we're all good to go. I'll see you all soon. All right. Have a good one.